News Round, by David Osborne, TRCB.com. Nothing really eventful this week to get one and RSQUO's teeth into, or, for the linguistic purists amongst you, into it to get one and RSQUO's teeth. The government wants to teach children how to speak an LSQUO. Proper and RSQUO. A laudable aim, but too little too late. In NBSP. As one knows, comprehensive education has ripped the heart out of learning, and to most teachers, it and RSQUO is simply a case of holding the line and escaping without serious injury as one day drifts aimlessly into another. In NBSP. The day when an examiner in a child and RSQUO's written English test gave the unfortunate gobbler extra marks for spelling an LDQUO. F off and RDQUO. Correctly, sounded the death knell for the 3 and LSQUO. R and RSQUO. S and RSQUO. And little pretense at serious formal education. For my part, I and RSQUO. S frightening to bright all the time, but happily for me, I and RSQUO. V grown accustomed to it. In NBSP. I refer to my New Year and RSQUO's prediction, made in December last and set out in my article Quick by Name and Plaid by Nature, that Damian Green, the shadow immigration minister, would have all proceedings dropped against him, and guess what? In NBSP. Correct. Perhaps it and RSQUO's apocryphal that the unfortunately named Quick has now resigned, and was last seen sinking below the horizon clutching his index-linked pension and a goodie bag of assorted perks. In NBSP. In NBSP. In NBSP. So all Damian needs now is a good lawyer hint to draft his claim against Plaid for unlawful arrest and detention and invasion of privacy, to name but a few, and that should take care of this year and RSQUO's family holiday. In NBSP. I don't and RSQUO. Know about you, but I and RSQUO. V never felt comfortable with the name and LSQUO. Damian, and RSQUO. Regardless of how it and RSQUO's spelt. In NBSP. Shades of the Almond and the Antichrist. In NBSP. But back to theft. The ghost of Baby P haunted the corridors of the Old Bailey this week, after the creature responsible for his death was convicted of the rape of a 3-year-old girl, and after she, now 4, gave evidence. In NBSP. Unusually for me, words fail me to describe the depths of human depravity to which this creature stooped, but he probably got an A for his English test at school. In NBSP. Question, in NBSP. How do you cross-examine a 4-year-old child and suggest that her evidence is a tissue of lies? In NBSP. Answer, not for 40 minutes. In NBSP. Get in and get out. Your article could be in this broadcast. Visit trcb.com to find out how. Continuing the infant theme, a 10-year-old girl suffered serious burns after exposing herself under a pay-as-you-out in sunbed, and will now have to avoid ultraviolet light for the next 10 years. In NBSP. And guess what? In NBSP. Instead of blaming herself, her mother blamed the machine, and is calling on the government to ban sunbeds. In NBSP. I can imagine this call to arms, legs and torso will shoot up the list of the government and RSQUO's priorities, along with the credit crunch, banking irregularities, the war in Afghanistan and how to avoid an electoral meltdown in 12 months and RSQUO. Time. Question, how do you break the habit of a lifetime? In NBSP. Answer, with difficulty, if at all. In NBSP. News reaches me of a cabal of minor league aspiring politicians, with their roots in Pakistan, rigging votes in a big way by abusing the postal ballot system. In NBSP. It was the same system condemned recently as an LDQUO. Not fit for a banana republic. And RDQUO. In NBSP. 3 aspiring politicians are now serving terms of imprisonment. In NBSP. But spare a thought for them. In NBSP. Back home, it and RSQUO's par for the course. In NBSP, corruption in that benighted country is endemic. Votes are bought and sold at the drop of a ballot paper, and as the saying goes, an LDQUO. You can take the man out of Pakistan, but you can under SQUO. Take Pakistan out of the man. And RDQUO. And finally, on a more positive note, Wolverhampton Wanderers, the iconic football team for so long the bridesmaid and never the bride, have at last been promoted to Teleland. In NBSP, they owe their promotion in no small part to loyal support of my son Rupert, who has stuck by them through thick and thin. So well done Rupert, and come on ye Wolves. David Osborne is a successful barrister, voice actor, author, media personality and public performer. In 1991 he hit the headlines nationwide and made legal history when he delivered his final speech to the jury entirely in verse. For this tour de force he was dubbed the Barrister Bard. For more information please visit an NBSP. www.davidosborne.com. Music by Kevin MacLeod.